Good afternoon from Imsa, everyone. And as we have since March, we hope that this message finds you and yours happy and healthy in what has truly been a challenging year. In a normal year, Imsa is pleased to present our State of the Sport address, typically in the August-September timeframe. This year, 2020 being what it is, we're pleased to present a State of the Sport 2.0 in a way that we can provide some updates from what we presented to you just 1 month ago. Before we jump into those 2021 updates, we want to take a look at what we've accomplished here in the 2020 season. While there's only a handful of checkered flags here on the screen, year to date, we have completed in all of our platforms and through all of our series and through all of your continued participation, 59 green flags and 59 checkered flags. While we still have 12 more to go, it has been an absolutely remarkable season. We'll finish it off with the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg and our Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge. We'll go out to WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca next weekend and cap it all off with the 12 Hours of Sebring, the Mobile One 12 Hours of Sebring presented by Advanced Auto Parts to end the 2020 campaign. 2020 represents our second year of partnership with NBC. We have a strong finish ahead with a NASCAR Cup live lead-in to our WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca round and 12.5 hours live flag-to-flag coverage of the Mobile One 12 Hours of Sebring, with 3 hours of those 12.5 being on NBC Network. Our average viewership for the 2020 season continues to still trend ahead of 2019. And our year-over-year increase in total broadcast hours is also ahead of last year. In addition to tremendous growth through our broadcast partners at NBC, and due to a completely new social media strategy, we're pleased to present some tremendous growth across all of our social media platforms in the areas of total followers, video views, social impressions, and total engagements. Our Imsa audience has consumed our content where they want it and when they want it throughout the 2020 season. Imsa has a terrific portfolio of partners that continue to support the overall mission of what we accomplish weekend in and weekend out. There's no question that throughout 2020, all of these partners have remained strong, have stuck behind Imsa, and several of them have showcased what's possible to continue to activate on-site at events, activate socially, and continue to activate through our NBC broadcast partners. We continue to be grateful to all of our Imsa partners, and we continue to be grateful to all of our promoter partners, many of which were forced to operate events without fans. Still others have been able to operate in a somewhat fan-based model, and then others have had full fans along the fence lines and along the hillsides as would take place during a normal year. So thank you all from the partners standpoint as well as all of our promoters. As we turn the corner into 2021, all of us at Imsa are prepared to operate events in the same safe manner that we have since July 4th. Further updates to protocols may be forthcoming, but in the end, we're ready to go racing in the new season. Since the State of the Sport address last month, all of us at Imsa have taken the opportunity to gain insights and feedback from so many of you in the paddock and so many of our other stakeholders. I wanted to take an opportunity now to report back on some of that feedback and give you further details on what's in store for 2021. As we announced last month, the championship point structure has changed. Simply 10 times the current amount set for points awarded in the Imsa WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, the Imsa Michelin Pilot Challenge, and Imsa Prototype Challenge. In addition, last month we announced something new for 2021, and that is a qualifying points structure. This is applicable to the Imsa WeatherTech Sports Car Championship only, with championship points being awarded for qualifying results in class from positions 1 through 30. As we break it down in each of the categories, DPI and LMP2 first up in qualifying. Similar to last month, the addition of qualifying points to be awarded in 2021 for these two categories in the same format of a 15-minute qualifying session, with the LMP2 category bronze driver qualifying and qualifying tires needing to be used to start the race. In GTLM, the same format of a 15-minute qualifying session will be used in the new season, and a team may start the race on new tires and a different tire compound from what was used in qualifying. As announced last month, the GTD qualifying structure remains unchanged, with a two-segment qualifying for drivers both in the bronze and silver category as well as their co-driver. For both qualifying segments, all tires are considered part of the team's tire allocation for the event. For LMP3 qualifying, it will also be a 15-minute timed session with points awarded for the qualifying position of the car. A bronze driver or a silver driver under the age of 30 must qualify the car and start on their qualifying tires. When it comes to private testing, the 2021 private test day allocations will remain the same for DPI, GTLM, and GTD with 8, and 4 days respectively. 2021 WeatherTech Sports Car Championship team private test regulations will be enhanced for LMP2, LMP3, and GTD. In LMP2 and LMP3, private testing will be unrestricted but subject to approval by Imsa. We will abide by all other private testing regulations for those two categories. In GTD, a bronze driver may have unlimited test days upon approval by Imsa. For all classes in the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, in DPI and GTLM, for each WeatherTech Championship event, the current private testing blackout period of 14 days prior to the last day inclusive of official on-track activity must still be observed. In LMP2, LMP3, and GTD, for two WeatherTech Championship events only, and upon approval by Imsa, teams with bronze or silver drivers under 30 may request to test up to 7 days prior to the last day inclusive of official on-track activity. When it comes to LMP3, we spent some time over the last several weeks gaining insights and feedback from our stakeholders and those interested in joining LMP3 as we add it to the Imsa WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. I'd like to draw your attention to 3 key points when it comes to chassis eligibility for LMP3. Participants will have 3 choices when it comes to joining the WeatherTech Championship in LMP3. First will be the purchase of a new LMP3 specification car and the new powertrain, the VK56. The second way to join LMP3 will be to update a current chassis and a current engine upgrade from the VK50 Plus engine. Finally, the update of a current chassis and the purchase of a VK56 engine is another way to join the Imsa WeatherTech Sports Car Championship in LMP3 for the 2021 season. When it comes to driver requirements for LMP3 starting in 2021, for Daytona, 4 drivers will be allowed. Sebring, Watkins Glen, and Petit Le Mans will allow 3 drivers, while all other WeatherTech Sports Car Championship events in LMP3 will allow 2 drivers. The AM driver will have a mandatory requirement of at least a bronze driver of any age or a silver driver under the age of 30 prior to January 31st, 2021 inclusive. The pro driver in LMP3 will permit a silver driver of any age or a gold rated driver, maximum of 1. Platinum rated drivers will be prohibited in LMP3, and the Pro-Am drive time structure will be consistent with what we've seen in 2020 in the LMP2 and GTD sporting regulations. For 2021 in the Imsa Prototype Challenge category, It is Imsa's plan to retain a 6-race format for 2021 with all races at 1 hour and 45 minutes in length. The class makeup and chassis eligibility is as follows. We will have a 2-class structure with P3-1, which will be allowing only new specification LMP3 cars or updated Evo cars. The P3-2 category will allow for the 2021 season only to use the current 2020 Imsa specification cars from Prototype Challenge. The driver combinations for the full season in both classes will remain consistent with the 2020 sporting regulations, and the season-end championship award program will be for the overall driver champion in P3-1. This award is a $100,000 Imsa credit applicable toward entry fees for any 2022 Imsa WeatherTech Sports Car Championship event and is awarded to the 2021 P3-1 driver champions. As announced last month, the 2021 Imsa Prototype Challenge calendar will be consisting of a 6-race championship kicking off at the Roar Before the 24 here in Daytona and concluding around the Motul Petit Le Mans schedule at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Some additional news as it relates to the Michelin Pilot Challenge Championship and the Imsa Prototype Challenge Championship. When it comes to Michelin Pilot Challenge private test days, for up to 2 events only and upon approval by Imsa, teams may request to test up to 7 days prior to the last day, inclusive of official on-track activity. Given the anticipated and ongoing impact of the pandemic, there will not be any promoter test days for Imsa Pilot Challenge or Imsa Prototype Challenge participants in the 2021 season. We're excited to announce that entry fees for the 2021 season will remain flat from the Imsa side. Thanks to our partners at BP Racing Fuels, all fuel pricing will remain the same as it is in 2020. And thanks to our partnership with Michelin, the 2021 tire pricing will also remain the same as it is in 2020. From the competition side, the sporting regulations and the technical regulations will be announced on November 16th. As a reminder, as we turn the corner into the 2021 season, we're very excited to kick off the Roar Before the 24, followed immediately by the Rolex 24 at Daytona, with all the other dates and all the other venues currently remaining the same as we announced last month in our provisional calendar. And as we close out the season, all of us wish we could be together to have our traditional WeatherTech Night of Champions banquet and our Imsa Pilot Challenge Awards celebration. We will continue to have those celebrations in a new and a little different format at Sebring International Raceway at the conclusion of the 12-hour event on Saturday night, November 14th. Also, on Friday, November 13th, following the Allen J 120, we will celebrate the Imsa Pilot Challenge champions and all the associated awards that come with the season-end awards celebration. It's difficult to choose the photo to celebrate the end of what has been truly an unprecedented season. As I said, we will have an Imsa WeatherTech Sports Car Championship Night of Champions. And then, upon conclusion, we'll celebrate with our loyal fans who've stuck with us both in the NBC television broadcasts, through all of our social channels, and many on-site at the race events throughout the 2020 season.